All right, for this last video for order of operations, okay, try to fix my webcam right here. We're going to do 5 and 6 in the notes, which deal with fraction bars. Okay, you guys can even stop the video now if you want. You can just write this down where it says act as parentheses and everything else that's written. And then just to explain, so if you have a bunch of operations in the numerator, which is the top, and in the bottom, which is the denominator, it's really like you just put parentheses around everything in the top and parentheses around everything in the bottom. So what that means is it's almost like two problems in one. Use order of operations for the top, figure out what that number is, then use order of operations for the bottom, and then the last thing you have a fraction, then simplify it. So the example I have here is 3 plus 4 over 7 minus 2. Now, they don't put the parentheses in, but it's almost assumed that it's there. So to get into a good habit, I just put parentheses in. That just means that these are kind of separate. All right. And, I would just get 7 over 5. Okay. And that doesn't simplify. All right. So I look at number 5. What I'm going to do right away is, I could put parentheses or brackets, whatever, any grouping symbol. That just means I'm separating the top from the bottom. Right. This big fraction bar means division. I do that last, okay? So it's kind of a different case. All right, so if I just look at the top, well, the top's real easy. That's just 28, 7 times 4. It's only one operation. Now this is the bulk of the problem. All right, so we have to use order of operations. So we have plus, we have exponents, and we have subtraction. Well, exponents wins out. That's the second priority. So we're going to do this. So 7 squared, 7 times 7, which is 49. Remember, it's not 14. It's not 7 times 2. So I'll even put right here the bottom, just so I really make this clear, is this 7 squared is 49. I'm going to bring down the 8 plus and the minus 1. So it's really 8 plus this 7 squared is 49. And then I bring down this minus 1. Okay, then we have addition and subtraction. That's the last priority. So I work left to right. So 8 plus 49 is what, 57? And then 57 minus 1 is 56. All right. Now, I'm not done. Some students do this, like, okay, great, the answer is 56, but don't forget about the top. This was the top. This is the bottom. The very last thing you have to do is make it a fraction. So if I make this a fraction, it's 28 over 56. But whenever you have a fraction, you have to make sure it's simplified. It's in lowest terms. So if I simplify that, 28 is actually half of 56. So this simplifies to a half. Okay, so you have a fraction, it's simplified all the way. Okay, let's move over to 6. And in fact, 6, that might be one I might add the question in on the Ed puzzle. Okay, let's see how you did with number 6. So 6, let's really separate this. Let's bring it down. Let's get my mug out of here. Over here. All right, so I'm going to look at the top. So when I do the top, I already have the parentheses and brackets in there. So really what we're going to focus on what's on inside. I'm not going to worry about this exponent until I do all the operations on the inside. Okay, double negative. Again, this can be a little bit tricky. You see a double negative, cancel out. Or you could say add a line, change the sign. So really, in this brackets, you have -1 plus 4. And then you have squared. Now again, I'm still focusing on the inside. I only have one operation, which is just addition. So -1 plus 4 is 3. And then 3 squared is 9. Now that's the top. Now let's not forget about that. Bottom, we got a lot going on here in the bottom. Let's put the bottom in green. Okay, let's put bottom. All right, let's look at all this. We have subtraction, exponents, addition. But remember, really what stands out is this. I'm going to do that first. Now, just like the top, you see we have this double negative. Don't get tricked. Let's add a line, change the sign. All right. So really what you're doing there, I'll just rewrite that part. You're really doing -2 plus 10, which is really like doing 10 minus 2, which is 8. So in that brackets, I'm just going to put an 8 in there. I'm going to bring everything else down. The 3 minus 4 squared plus 2, and then at negative 2 plus 10 is 8. All right. So then subtraction, exponents, addition, multiplication. You still have a bunch going on there. Exponents wins out. All right, that's the second priority. I already did parentheses. So 4 squared, 4 times 4, which is 16. So I'm going to have 3 minus, this is going to give me 16, and then plus 2, brackets 8. So this is going to be multiplication. This wins out over addition and subtraction. So we're going to do this next, which is 16. So I'm going to have 3 minus 16 plus 16. Now, with addition and subtraction, I know I can go left to right, but actually, kind of a shortcut, you can see these 16s cancel out, and you're just going to get 3. But even if you didn't see that and you worked left to right, 3 minus 16 is negative 13, and then negative 13 plus 16 is 3. All right. Again, you might think you're dumb, but this is just the bottom. So I'm going to take this top 9, divide it by this bottom of 3. Well, that should be real easy, right? I don't want to leave it like that. Remember the fraction marks division. What's 9 divided by 3? It's 3. So that is the answer right there. All right. Okay, you can see, look, it looks like a mess, but get in the habit now, guys. Write this down. If you like better writing down on paper, get paper that has lined paper so you can kind of separate all your steps so you stay more neat and more organized. The more neat, organized, and systematic you are, the better you're going to do with this.